Today we're going to be talking about everybody's favorite topic in telecommunications, and that's robocalling, telemarketing, scamming, whatever you want to call it. It's an annoyance, it's a pain in the rear, whether you be a regular consumer or individual or a business. There's a robocall now. I got a robocall as I was recording the robocall video. So that was a real robocall. I'm dead serious. I got it on my watch. I forgot to mute my phone, and that was a legitimate robocall. Happened right there. What happened? I heard a little jingle. There was a couple second pause, and then it connected. Hi, is this Chris? Look, you can tell guys in a call center just, probably being honestly robo-dialed with a piece of software connected to me, and I made the mistake of answering. So there you go. Robocalling, it's everywhere, and what are you going to do about it? Whether you're a consumer or a business today, you've had robocalls, you've had spam calls, you've had telemarketers, whatever you want to refer to them as. They're annoying everybody today. What are you going to do about it? And what can you do about it? And what are some best practices and some tips to be able to handle robocalling? So we're going to talk about those things in this video here. What prompted us to take a look at this topic was actually a headline we saw recently in a news report regarding the Oregon Department of Justice's latest annual list of top 10 consumer complaints. So ripped from the headlines here, caught our eye that in 2018, Oregon Attorney General Ellen Rosenblum's consumer hotline received 38,000 phone calls, and of those 38,000 phone calls, the number one complaint was telecom related, specific to robocalling and telephone scams. So here's the Attorney General of Oregon saying that their consumer complaints, robocalling and telephone scamming topped the list of all the potential complaints out there. And there's a lot of potential consumer complaints out there. So what do you do? What do you do for robocalling if it's become a nuisance for just your personal cell phone, your home phone? What do you do if it's a nuisance for your business? What are some best practices that can help you deal with robocalling? What do you need to look out for as well? Let's get into it. Okay, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, and we're going to put a link in the description of this video to the information I'm referencing here. They've got a pretty in-depth consumer information website on robocalling and scamming and robodialing, and we want to go over some of the signs of a scam first, robocalling, and then what to do about pre-recorded calls or scammers and how you handle them, what to look out for as well. Okay, signs of a scam. So, what should you look out for? There's some keywords or there's some key phrases that you need to be looking out for when you get a scam caller. The FTC's got a few of them here in their document. Phrases like, "You've been specifically selected for this offer. You'll get a free bonus if you buy our product. You've won one of 5 valuable prizes. You've won big money in a foreign lottery. This investment is low risk and provides higher return than you can get anywhere else. You trust me, right?" That's one of my favorites. "We'll just put the shipping and handling charges on your credit card." So that's obviously somebody trying to fish out your credit card information. So those are some of the examples the FTC here has noted that you need to be looking out for when it comes to robodialing or people that might be on the phone trying to scam you. Okay, how do robodialers, how do telemarketers, scammers, how do they hook you? How do they get you in thinking, is this person legitimate or not? Offering travel packages, free or low-cost travel packages, offering advanced fee loans, low rate loans, payday loans, credit card protection, lower your credit card interest rate. I get a ton of calls from the credit card alert service, right? There is no general credit card alert service. That's a bunch of BS. I get, used to be a couple years ago, calls from the IRS, supposedly. Here's a pro tip. The IRS is not going to call you if they've got a problem with you. They're going to send you a certified letter in the U.S. mail if they want to talk to you. That's the only way they communicate. I got a call. I was getting calls from the IRS A few years ago, I called my accountant. I said, hey, this is going on. He was like, no. The IRS is only going to communicate with you by U.S. mail. It might be certified mail too if it's bad news, or just I'm not a tax professional, but you get the drift, right? All right, back to how they hook you. Sham or exaggerated business and investment opportunities. That's not just robo-dialers, okay? You get sham business investment opportunities from your friends, maybe. So watch out for that in general. Charitable causes. Urgent requests for disaster relief efforts. Those are pretty common on the phone as well. Generally speaking, with charitable causes, you get most people calling the charity. If you get a big hurricane disaster issue or something like that, that's a social media or a proactive call to those organizations. That's how they get a lot of their donations. They're not really making a robocall out to gather funds. High stakes foreign lotteries. So this is a good one. These pitches are against the law. It prohibits the cross-border sale or purchase of lottery tickets by phone or mail. What's more, you may never see a ticket. So, don't buy a lottery ticket in a foreign country. How do you handle an unexpected sales call, unexpected robocall? I mean, these are robocalls, but they're not all pre-recorded, right? A lot of times there are people on the other end. The robocall I just got, a couple of moments ago, that was actually, a person on the other end of the phone after the software connected it to me. So how do you handle these people? I'm direct, and I advocate being direct. Now, not everybody is as direct as maybe myself, but I advocate learning how to be direct, especially with these people who are just trying to either sell you something or scam you. And it's as simple as saying, hey, who's calling and why are you calling? Who is this and what's the nature of your call? If they can't tell you that right away and it's not something you recognize, hang up the phone. It's that simple. Ask direct questions. So if you've got somebody on the phone potentially trying to scam you or sell you something and you're not interested in, first of all, always, back to rule number 1, hang up the phone. But if you think for some reason this might be an interesting topic or a topic that you want to hear more about, you need to ask them direct questions. Ask them who they work for, what are they specifically selling, is there a cost to it, etc. If you think it's a situation that you're getting into on a call where you don't want to be involved in that call, you can always hang up. These people are not contacting you with anything that is going to land you in a situation where you're in hot water. Talking to them more probably will. Right? I mean, how many people get a phone call from the IT support desk about your Microsoft Windows computer? Hang up on those people. Or do what I do and drag them on for 30 minutes. They'll hang up on you eventually. Oh, and like rule number 1A on this thing, way before we even hang up, is don't give out your credit card number, don't give out your social security number, don't give out bank account information, etc. So I heard a story a while back about a gentleman who, supposedly got scammed by unfortunately, a phone scammer, and it was supposedly his granddaughter that was on the phone asking for assistance, or somebody that was with his granddaughter that needed money. That was the details of the story. Bottom line, the person got taken for several $1,000s. That was how the story went. And one way to identify, are you talking to who you think you're talking to? Ask a personal question. Ask a question you know the answer to. Set it up in a way that the person could answer incorrectly that's on the other end of the phone as well. Always verify the ID of who you're speaking with if you do think the call is legitimate, because there's a very, very, very small chance the call might be legitimate, and if it is, you need to verify who you're talking to regardless. Okay, pre-recorded calls that are not a person on the other end, right? This is Sally from the loan department, whatever. Hang up. Just hang up. It's not a big deal. I'm getting, a lot of people are getting to the point where they don't recognize the caller ID. They're not even answering the phone. You can go that route, but it's pretty easy just to answer the call and then hang up on it. Okay, there's also the do not call list. There's a national do not call registry, and you can go to that. We're going to link below on that as well. It's also through this FTC document that we're going to link video below. You can use the do not call list. I personally signed up for it myself. It doesn't stop people from calling me, unfortunately. My wife's number and my number are on it. Not too good there, but they're trying. But the nature of the technology is such that the numbers change so often, and those systems are quick, and they change, and they actually now base the numbers in your own local area code. I recommend, on my cell phone here, I've got a Verizon cell phone, and I recommend Verizon's, they call it call filter application. You do pay a couple bucks a month for it, I think. on Verizon. I don't know what their latest plans are, but it'll actually come up on the caller ID name as robocaller or spam call, because Verizon keeps a database, a list that's always updating of caller ID information and known robocallers and known spam callers. It's been excellent. Of the robocalls that get through, you saw that one got through a few minutes ago. That's low percentage. It'll come up, it'll ask me if I want to take the call. I decline 99.9% of them, obviously. It comes up as spam caller, robocaller, potential spam, and it hits the mark every time. I've never had a call come through where they've misdiagnosed the number or they've misidentified it. So I recommend spending the extra couple of bucks a month for that, because it'll cut down on this tremendously. You can also call your carrier, call your service provider, see if they've got any other ways to block the robocalling and spamming as well. Okay, robocalling, spamming, telemarketing, whatever you want to call it, it's an annoyance. We know that the telecommunications industry is working very hard to try to limit it, to try to get rid of it. It's like spam email, right? To a certain point, you may not never be able to get rid of it, but there's things you can do to deter it and get it into your the telecom version of your trash bin, so to speak, as your email is. The FCC is highly interested in this as well. There's a lot of initiatives in the FCC director and from the top down to limit the ability for robodialers and spam phone callers to operate. However, sometimes you just can't block somebody from making a phone call to your phone number. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. But as the technology progresses and the regulation progresses, I'm hopeful that we'll have some creative new ways to you'll be able to identify who the bad actors are and then limit those and ultimately remove them from telecommunications, because it's given the industry a black eye, and we recognize this, and we're on the side of the good guys here. So thanks for checking out our video. YouTube at accentservices.com for any email questions. You can also check out our website at accentvoice.com and learn more about Accent, our products and services. We've got a lot of great videos. You can check them out now by subscribing as well. Like this video, share it around to your friends and colleagues if you're interested in helping them out with robocalling and spam telephone marketing. This has been Chris with Accent. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.